mad science, reanimated corpses, and a film that redefined cult horror. Today, we're diving into the 1985 classic. Re-Animator owes its origins to the chilling works of H.P. Lovecraft, a writer known for blending cosmic horror with macabre themes. The film is based on Lovecraft's serialized story Herbert West, Re-Animator, which was first published in Homebrew, a small humor magazine, between 1922 and 1923. This story was unique among Lovecraft's work for its overt gore and dark humor, which stood out from his more cosmic and existential horror tales. Director Stuart Gordon, a lifelong fan of Lovecraft, came across the story while brainstorming ideas for a stage production in the late 70s. At the time, Gordon was running the Organic Theatre Company in Chicago and wanted to create a play about the Frankenstein mythos. However, upon discovering Lovecraft's story, he realized it was a perfect fit for his vision of combining grotesque horror with moments of absurdity. Initially, Gordon envisioned Re-Animator as a serialized TV show, akin to a soap opera, but focused on mad science and reanimated corpses. The idea was eventually abandoned due to the constraints of television censorship and the scale of the special effects required. Gordon shifted gears, deciding to turn the concept into a feature film. This pivot brought in collaborators Brian Usner, a producer with a knack for stretching small budgets, and Dennis Powley, Gordon's writing partner, who helped adapt the script. The production team set out to modernize Lovecraft's 1920s setting while retaining the core themes of ambition, hubris, and the consequences of tampering with life and death. They decided to emphasize practical effects and over-the-top gore, inspired by the success of films like The Evil Dead and An American Werewolf in London. Casting also played a pivotal role in the film's development. The relatively unknown Jeffrey Combs was cast as Herbert West after impressing the team with his intensity and sharp delivery during auditions. His portrayal would later become synonymous with the character, bringing West to life with a perfect mix of deadpan humor and unsettling obsession. Interestingly, Gordon's transition from theatre to film brought a fresh perspective to horror filmmaking. He treated the production much like a stage play, emphasizing strong performances and character dynamics, which helped Re-Animator stand out in a genre often dominated by spectacle over substance. The plot of Re-Animator is a very simple, straightforward story. After an odd new medical student, Herbert West, arrives on campus, a dedicated local and his girlfriend, Dan Kane and Megan Halsey, become involved in his bizarre experiments centering around the reanimation of dead tissue. Soon, the disastrous consequences of their actions cause chaos on campus. Re-Animator was filmed over 6 weeks in 1984 on a modest budget of approximately $900,000, which was considered small even for independent horror films at the time. Despite the limited resources, director Stuart Gordon and his team crafted a visually memorable and narratively engaging film through innovative practical effects, tight performances, and creative problem-solving. The primary filming location was a repurposed warehouse in Hollywood, which doubled as both a laboratory set and various interiors. The central location helped keep production costs low while allowing the crew to customize the environment to fit the story's grim aesthetic. The sterile, clinical look of the hospital scenes contrasted sharply with the chaotic, blood-soaked events that unfolded, creating a striking visual juxtaposition. The morgue sequences, in particular, were designed to maximize discomfort. Cold, dim lighting, and the cluttered, eerie set design emphasized the film's themes of death and decay. The film's low budget forced the crew to rely heavily on practical effects, which became one of Re-Animator's defining features. Led by special effects artist John Norlin, the team delivered some of the most grotesque and inventive gore effects of the 80s. Norlin reportedly used more fake blood on Re-Animator than in any other project he's ever worked on, stating, "We went through gallons of the stuff." The infamous scene where Dr. Hill's severed head interacts with Barbara Crampton's character required meticulous planning and clever camera work. The effect was achieved using prosthetics, hidden body doubles, and creative editing, ensuring that the scene shocked and entertained without revealing its technical seams. The reanimated corpses, or zombies, were portrayed by actors wearing elaborate makeup and prosthetics. Each corpse had a unique design to reflect on how they died, from bloated and waterlogged to mangled and stitched together. These designs added a level of grotesque realism that elevated the film's horror elements. Re-Animator was released on October 18, 1985, in only 129 theatres. This was due to the movie being released as unrated, as the producers thought that the movie would be slapped with the dreaded X rating. Despite being released as unrated, the movie made just over $2 million in North America, doubling the budget for the movie. The movie was received very well by critics, and people loved the strong amount of gore that was mixed with the comedy. To say the least, the movie was a success. As the movie was released unrated, in the early part of 1986, the movie was re-edited and sent to the MPAA, for which it was granted the R rating. The movie was re-released into more theatres with this rating and made the team a little bit more money. But it wasn't until the home video release that it found its audience. It made quite a bit of money on the home video market as well, with the movie being released many times through different format variations, from VHS to the current Blu-ray editions. Nearly 4 decades after its release, Re-Animator remains a cornerstone of cult cinema, celebrated for its unique mix of gore, humour, and unrelenting energy. While it was initially viewed as a niche horror film, its legacy has grown over the years, influencing filmmakers, fans, and the genre itself in profound ways. Re-Animator redefined what horror comedy could be. Its ability to blend outrageous, almost slapstick humour with deeply unsettling gore set a precedent for future films like Evil Dead 2, Shaun of the Dead, and Tucker and Dale vs. Evil. Stuart Gordon and Jeffrey Combs' madcap approach to horror proved that even grotesque stories could be entertaining and darkly comedic without losing their edge. The film also pushed the boundaries of practical effects, showcasing how creativity and resourcefulness could compensate for a limited budget. The gore and creature designs remain a benchmark in practical horror effects, inspiring later works like Peter Jackson's Brain Dead or Dead Alive in the States, and also 1989's Society. The success of Re-Animator spawned 2 sequels, one in 1989 called Bride of Re-Animator, and Beyond Re-Animator in 2003. Re-Animator is a testament to what happens when creative vision meets boundless ambition. From its humble origins as an adaptation of an obscure H.P. Lovecraft story to its status as one of the most beloved cult horror films of all time, this movie embodies the spirit of independent filmmaking. What makes Re-Animator truly remarkable is its balance. It's a film that knows exactly what it wants to be: grotesque yet hilarious, shocking yet oddly charming. Stuart Gordon's background in theatre brought a sense of dramatic tension and character depth that elevated it beyond the typical B-movie fare. Jeffrey Combs delivered a career-defining performance as Herbert West, crafting one of horror's most memorable anti-heroes. And the practical effects? A masterclass in creativity and resourcefulness, proving that even on a limited budget, a passionate team can create something unforgettable. Do you love Re-Animator? Have you even seen it? Let us know down below in the comments, folks, about what you like about this movie. So like and subscribe for future retrospective of horror movies. Until next time, stay critical, stay scared.